When are people going to start really listening to me? I believe what I'm saying. We have an incredibly accurate track record. We know what we're doing. When I tell you a high-level source called me to warn me that Perry says he's basically coming after me and the Republicans understand what's happening, because who else understands these people? Who else has done the studying? I'm in danger, ladies and gentlemen. So is Ron Paul. So is Deborah Medina. Karl Rove ran the dirty tricks for Nixon. Karl Rove ran all these other dirty. He puts innocent governor in Alabama in prison. That came out mainstream news. He had to be released. They don't play games. Texas is one of the wealthiest states, the second most populated, the second richest, about to be the number one. California's imploding. They're getting hundreds of billions in roads. They're taking over for toll roads, tens of billions in energy scams they're running. They want to control this state. And they'll do whatever they have to keep that phony Rick Perry in. God forbid these people kill me or set me up. Please support me, folks, after that happens. I mean, this is so real, what's happening. This is so hardcore. Now, continuing here. I wrote some notes before we went live. Let me just read you the notes I've got so you understand what we're facing. They have done this before. I told you at 11 a.m. this morning. We've been proven right. They're now saying, I said at 11, they're going to want to shut down small airports and general aviation. That's now been announced. You guys print me that article? Moves to, quote, shut down the loopholes of security at small airports. Now they're saying, see, we need body scanners everywhere and on the streets. And they launched a nationwide program of TSA on the streets of America running checkpoints. That was on the news today. We wrote an article about it this morning before this happened. Fourth Amendment trash as airport tyranny hits the streets. FBI ordered this guy's website taken down where he posted his manifesto. Where he posted his manifesto. I said before that even happened, if they take it down, it's because they know good computer people can get into his site and find out if somebody else posted this supposed suicide letter manifesto. Then we went and talked to the neighbors. They've been told, don't talk to anybody. If you'd have got here earlier, they said, we'd talk to you, but we've already made a commitment not to talk to anybody. Who told you that? Well, we're not going to tell you. Glenn Beck's involved in more treason. He went through this whole thing of, we don't know who this guy is. He showed a picture of just a blacked out silhouette. Is he a liberal? Is he a progressive? Is he a conservative? Is he a radical constitutionalist? And then he went and put the image of the kamikaze attacker on the right-wing side of the chalkboard. The message was, he's a constitutionalist. And then he went in to say the number one threat is the birthers. They want violence. They're getting ready to set you up, birthers. And now I'm starting to think, and I've kind of just investigated it, said there's some evidence, but I don't know. Now I'm pretty sure there is something going on with Obama. Because if they've got their operative Beck defending Obama this way, we're in deep trouble. What a bold move. More than half of Republicans, not to mention Tea Party people, are questioning his birth certificate, and Beck saying they're terrorists. This is unbelievable. I mean, I can't believe what I'm saying. And he's a mouthpiece, so what he says is important. Get a lot of intel from it. Time Magazine. Time Magazine runs the headline. The Austin plane incident, an attack on the IRS and attacks Tea Parties. Other headlines say this is a black eye for the Tea Parties. It's everywhere. The Obama sites everywhere. Corporate media blames kamikaze attack on Tea Parties. Key article, prisonplanet.com. Now, I want to go through this piece by piece. Why do I immediately, when a plane crashes into a government-filled office park, government installation, government agency-filled area, why do I immediately come out and say this may be staged? Well, why did I say repeatedly in the last few months they're going to stage attacks on government installations in Austin and blame it on the Patriot movement? Because, ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you we have people showing up at our office after the governor's mansion was firebombed with police out in the parking lot trying to set us up and give us a box full of stuff and saying they worked at the mansion and they're a suspect but they're not involved and they're big fans. Then I find out the same federal informant that set up people with Molotov cocktails at the RNC gives interviews to NPR admitting it, and then now activists in Austin say he tried to get them to firebomb Brave New Books that my listeners started and that promotes what we do. And then I find out this same informant's hanging out with a Palestinian professor who slit his own throat, cut himself open, tied his own arms and hands in duct tape and threw himself in the river. When I find out from a high-level person who's a household name that met with Perry that they're coming after us and worried about Ron Paul, Alex Jones, and Deborah Medina and the states' rights movement, they're getting ready to come after us, and I get this warning yesterday, I mean, I'm telling you, I know how they operate. I told you at 11 a.m. this was probably going to be blamed on the Tea Party. How did I know that? Because this is all I do. I get in the mind of the enemy. I understand how they operate. This is what we do here. And I'll tell you, my sixth sense has never been this hyped up. I mean, I am concerned. My wife couldn't sleep last night. She was concerned for the family. She didn't know why. We got up at 4 a.m. again, walking around the house. Something big's about to happen, something big. Boom. I mean, you know, it's more than just data. Everybody's got it. It's instinct. It's discernment. It's understanding. Now, let me give you the latest developments, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have the local news station with the witness saying that the fire trucks and police were there before the attack happened. Remember what happened on 9/11, and there's literally hundreds of other examples. That's the problem. There's too much proof. See, when you study this, you have it all. I'm trying to give it to you if you're not aware. Remember Kennedy? One of the Homeland Security subdirectors, well, FEMA directors at that time, he said, yeah, we deployed in downtown Manhattan around the World Trade Center the night before on September 10th. People said, oh, that's a misspoke. And then Giuliani said, oh, that's a misspoke. And then he turned out he'd done 2 interviews on 9/11 himself saying, yeah, they deployed for an anti-terror drill for an attack on the World Trade Centers the morning of 9/11 before it happened. And it's now confirmed and declassified. It was called Tripod 2. So you got fire trucks and police and the FBI anti-terrorism squad out there before this happens. And we're only, I don't know, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're like 7, 8 hours after. It's at 9:55. It's 5:52 right now. We're less than 9 hours out, 8 hours out, and we already are getting a very clear picture here. And believe me, I wish it was a lone nut. I wish, believe me, I'm sick of it. I wish the Christmas Day thing was a lone crazy. That's a lot less scary than a big criminal military-industrial complex waging war on the planet, taking over the planet, setting up naked body scanners and control grids and FEMA camps. I wish this wasn't real. Every day. You think it was fun hearing Perry's targeting me? I came in here to the office and was so angry, I wasn't even paying attention and had a phone and just broke it in 2. The guys were like, how the hell did you, I mean, that's the level of stress I'm under, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just sitting there thinking about this before I went on air yesterday, realizing something big was coming. I went, in fact, bring that phone in here. We still have it. We throw it away. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, this is the real world. This is really happening. Here is the big breaking news. I've given you some of the background. Source, prisonplanet.com. Right now, headline, source, FBI knew Austin attack was coming. A trusted source has told this office I wish I could tell you more. I wish I could tell you what this source yesterday told me even more about Glenn Beck. All right, I'm saying too much. I'm saying too much. I just have them. I just have them. The trusted sources told this office that the FBI knew Austin was going to be attacked today, and it dispatched officers from its Dallas headquarters yesterday afternoon to be in place for today's incident. Did you hear that? Dallas office dispatched agents yesterday afternoon to be on the ground in Austin. We heard this in 1996 after the Oklahoma City bombing in 95, and then it was declassified 7 years ago that the FBI anti-terror unit was in Oklahoma City, was running a drill. The BATF was there. Federal offices everywhere were told to evacuate except for Oklahoma City, Alfred P. Murrah building. And I was even talking to one of my employees whose dad worked at a federal building back in 95. That morning, they were told to get out in Dallas.